All right, so now let's go over the NinjaTrader, and all the other integration would work in a similar fashion. They're all available via API, so actually it's going to be much easier to add the levels because they will automatically update. So the first step is to go into your dashboard, go into the integration section, and then look for NinjaTrader, and then here you have the first version of the indicator. This only works with file, so which is here, the key levels files. You want to download the V6 version, and then also if it's the first time, you also want to send us your machine ID, and basically just send it here, and we will enable it within 24 hours. That's going to allow you to use the indicator on NinjaTrader. And then, of course, you will have to download the temporary API key that you find right here. And that works exactly the same with all the other indicators. So you have the indicator, the API key, and that's it. Very simple. So once you have the indicator downloaded into your computer, to set up NinjaTrader is very, very simple. Go on Tools, Import NinjaScript add-on, and then upload the zip file that you downloaded, and it's going to take less than 30 seconds to set it up. So that's going to basically confirm the indicator is set up, and then you're good to go. So then we go into our chart. So let's open up my ES chart, for example. Then once you install it, the indicator will be here. So you will find it under MenthorQ levels right here. Just double click it. And that's going to open up the indicator with the settings. Again, you can add more than one indicator. So you could have multiple indicators for if you wanted to have more levels, just one level on one and one level on the other one. So you could do that. And here you have, let's go through the settings. So you have the input option. You can upload levels via API or via file. So I'm going to use the API today. You can also choose the manual or auto update of the API. And why would you do that? So we get a lot of questions about, I want to play my levels at the end of the day. So I want to set up my chart at the beginning of the day, and I don't want the levels to change because I want to go back in time and I want to see basically the things that I've done good, the things that I've done wrong, and I want to study. Maybe over the weekend, you want to study that. So you could use a manual update. That means that you would have to refresh the chart in order to the levels to update. So if you don't do that, then the levels that you downloaded at the beginning of the day will stay there for the whole day until you refresh the chart. Then you can tell the API how many times, when to search for new levels and how many minutes. I would suggest not to go below 60 or 30 because that's going to have an impact on your API. So you might hit your limits, and then that's going to might block you for the day. So just leave it as it is, or if you want, you can also manually update whenever you need. Then here I would type my API key. And if you are using the text, the file, this is where you would add the file. So you can only use one option at a time. So you can use either API or either the file. If I then click on apply, you will see here that my level appears. So very, very easy. I have my blind spots, I have my jacks level, and so on. So now let's go into the settings. So if you scroll down to the indicator, the first section that we have is our gamma levels. So within the gamma levels, you can choose the backgrounds if you want it transparent, if you want to set a color, opacity, the offset, the line width, and then obviously here, very important, what type of level do you want to see? So here you have two options, our gamma levels and our gamma scalping. The difference is really that gamma scalping will give you more jacks levels within a smaller range. And the reason why we developed this is because we have a lot of futures traders that are really scalping a few points of the NQ or the ES. So they wanted more like levels within a smaller range so that they could have tighter support and resistance areas coming from the option market. But if you are If that's not the case, you can use our gamma levels. Those are the ones that you would see on TradingView. So I can choose that, and then I can show the price. The price will appear right here, and then I can choose which levels I want to show. So I can show all the levels, I can show none of the levels, or I can show selected levels. So when I choose selected levels, that means that I can scroll all the way down here, and I can tell which levels I want to plot. So similar to what we did on TradingView, I can say, like, for example, that I don't want my Jack 7, and I don't want my Jack 8, and I don't want my Jacks 9, and I don't want my Jacks 10. So by doing that, I untick the levels. Those will disappear from the chart. Make sure if you do that the option selected right here is not set to all. Otherwise, you will see all levels, and then you need to change it back to selected, right? The next section, and please, guys, let me know if you have questions. The next section is blind spots, similar to what we had before. We have the background here. We have our offset, line width, show the price, again, right here, very simple. And then also here, selected, none, and hold. So let's say I don't use blind spots. I want to just make them disappear from the chart. I just select none, and then my blind spots are not there. Then we have our custom levels, and here we have our string levels. So I can choose all the levels that are available if we have more, but right now we only have string levels. So I can choose my string levels, and I can say show all or show none, and those will appear. I'm using the yes chart, so the string levels are not going to appear. I will need to convert SPX to yes in order for them to show. And then if we scroll down, we also have our converted levels, and we can choose the background and the color, right? Within NinjaTrader, you also have the capability of setting up alerts. So if I want to set up alerts, I can click on the type of delivery that I want. I want an alert in my window. I want an email. You need to configure that within the NinjaTrader platform, or I want to receive a sound and play the sound whenever it hits. If you select the alerts, then you also have to give the system which level you want to be alerted on. So if I want to be alerted on, for example, core resistance and put support, I would need to tick the box right here, click on apply, and then whenever my asset would reach that level, it would basically give me the alert based on the delivery that you set right here, okay? Let's see if we have any questions. Yeah, all right. So if we scroll down, then also we have more settings. So you can define the color of each of the lines right here. So you can just simply scroll down. You also have our blind spots. So you can also select your blind spots. And then basically we get to our conversion. So now the conversion allows me to basically convert one of the levels or more of the levels into the asset that I want to convert from. So let's say I want to convert SPX to yes. I now have the option to do auto ratio or manual ratio. If you have a feed, which is not my case, you can use auto ratio, and the system will automatically convert using the end of day price of the two assets. I do not have the data feed, so I cannot convert, so no price data available for SPX, but I can simply come here and say, I want my manual ratio, and my manual ratio, going back to the previous slide, was 1.00652. I convert that, and now I can see my gamma levels, I can see my string levels on SPX all the way to the left, right? Now, let's say we want to convert intraday gamma levels of SPX to yes. How do we do that? Simply by changing our gamma levels right here to gamma levels intraday, hit on apply, and this will basically convert our SPX gamma levels intraday into yes. We have them here. And the reason why you don't see any levels here is because we don't have intraday levels for futures. So the intraday levels for the future have now disappeared, but we now have the intraday levels for SPX, right? So very, very simple. You also see the swing levels. So you see, for example, the risk trigger here, and then you see other swing levels. So if I want them to disappear, I can also come back here and I can say show none, and now they will disappear. Right, so now my chart only has intraday swing gamma levels from SPX on my ES chart, right? Yeah, and I think another advantage of this indicator versus the TradingView one is that everything is available via API. So let's make another example. So let's say we want to convert NVIDIA to NQ, right? I don't have prices on NVIDIA, so I would need to use the manual ratio. If I look at my manual ratio right now is 158.75, right? So I went from my trading view, I look at the ratio, and I hit on apply. So now we can go into NQ, and we should be able to see our NVIDIA levels right there. So now I'm using NVIDIA intraday gamma levels converted on NQ in like 3 simple steps. And then let's say I then want to convert and I just want to have gamma levels. I could have the NVIDIA levels as well as the NQ gamma levels on the right-hand side. Which I think is very, very powerful.